It's hard to believe after covering the story of Gabby Petito and the hunt for Brian Laundrie that we would discover all of this cruelty online, not towards Brian, the man who is on the run. Let's not forget, is a fugitive from justice. Let's not forget, who decided to just drive Gabby Petito's van back to Florida without Gabby, who was lying dead in the desert. Let's not forget. No, we found loads of supporters for that guy. That guy. And so I want to read for you a couple of things that we, dug up. If you're, sensitive, you better turn the volume down. That's all I can say. So a couple of folks in these forums said Brian will be remembered more than Gabby. Isn't he a victim of violence too? Baselessly, they question whether Petito maybe just died of COVID. That's probably it. That's why it takes, 12, 13 days now to get a cause of death. Then there was the groups who said that Brian's just misunderstood and that he's being unfairly maligned. That's another one. Brian Laundrie is a victim of domestic abuse who is being unfairly maligned. Here's a good one. Did Gabby assault Brian because he was Hispanic? I don't even know where to begin on that one. There is the user who decides to call Gabby Flabby Gabby. There's the user that calls her a white supremacist. Again, I don't even know where to go there. And I already mentioned the one that said, "Run, Brian, run." Still with me is Chris Mahandi's PhD forensic psychologist. He's worked for the LAPD as a threat assessment expert. I still can't wrap my head around it. When I found out that Shanann Watts, her family has been mercilessly trolled since Shanann was killed, murdered by her husband, Chris Watts. Those two children of hers, she was pregnant, by the way, those two children of hers murdered by their dad and stuffed into oil tanks. It's Shanann's family who has spent the last 4 years trying to get the trolls off their backs. I just wonder if they've always been there. Have they always been there, Chris? And now we're just seeing it because you can type and you can publish? Or are we an angrier, more screwed up America?
I think it's probably an all of the above, Ashley. I think there's always been people with dysfunctional ideas and a tendency to go for conspiracy theories or to root for the so-called underdog. But until the advent of, an instant community, that goes worldwide in relative anonymity, you didn't have the ability to get a bunch of people high-fiving you for these kinds of ideas. Once we have people online on social media, you can get validation for just about anything as extreme and dysfunctional as you can imagine. So I think they've been there, but we're seeing more of them because communities can be created virtually to support, accept, and encourage anything, which is why there's so much needs to be regulation of what goes on these social media platforms. These people need to be shut down. And,
let's
there's no
clear,
value
as we see
for
these
these
images, Chris.
theories. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the picture's on the screen, and let's be clear that, Gabby Petito admitted to having, hit and slapped Brian as well, but he's not dead, and she's not on the run, so there's a huge difference. So those who are so myopic as to say these things, like he's a victim, when he's on the run as a fugitive from justice currently, and she is dead in a coroner's office for 2 weeks. Quick question, and I just need a quick answer if you can. The word incel. Involuntary celibate. That's something that's starting to become part of our vernacular. Give me 30 seconds on what it actually means and who these guys are.
I missed the question. Could you repeat it real quick?
Yeah, the word incel, I-N-C-E-L, it stands for the involuntary celibate. And apparently they've got quite a little community online where they really are filled with misogyny and hate and attack women every chance they get, including Gabby Petito. Who are they?
Yeah, these are angry, disaffected men who hate women and believe that they're entitled to have any kind of relationship of dominance related to women. They are a very potentially dangerous group of people. The guy that shot up Santa Barbara, I don't even want to mention his name. He is considered a hero within the incel so-called movement. This is a group of really angry, dysfunctional men who don't have any basis for understanding how it is you relate to the opposite sex, from a platform of equality, from a platform of respect. And they are very disrespectful, angry, entitled people who, we have to watch this group very carefully within the field of law enforcement.
So here's what I just want to say as we wrap this up. The Gabby Petito hashtag has had 1.2 billion views on TikTok. And those Reddit users, the Friends of Brian, 1,200 members. And the Brian Laundrie Reddit members, 2,800. So I think when you're starting to feel really lousy about, there you go, right? Let's just wrap it up to say there are a lot fewer of them than there are of us. Chris Mohandi, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, we're talking to a Florida sheriff on what it means to be inside the search radius for the most famous wanted man in America. That's next.